Video game preservation. It's important. You know it, I know it, and ANTSTREAM knows it. And thankfully they have got 1,479 games to help with that problem and for you guys to try out, which we're going to be doing today. Well, okay, we're not going to be playing all 1,479 games. However, I am going to show you several games that you should definitely try, some of which you most definitely have heard of, and some of which you probably haven't. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that several of the games I'm going to be showing off today you've never heard of. But again, thanks to ANTSTREAM who are sponsoring this video, thank you very much. You can not only play all of these games and more, but you can actually go up against my scores using the link below. So let's start off with the #1 game that is trending on ANTSTREAM, which is 1992's Mortal Kombat. Which version are we playing? We're playing the arcade versions. Check this out, here we go. And we're in. As easy as that. So I'm obviously playing this on PC. You can actually play this on Xbox as well. This is one of their latest things. You can play all of these games on Xbox, which is insane. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but look at this. Look at this. The graphics compared to my Mega Drive version, so much better. So much better. They always said they were bringing the arcade experience home, and fair play to them for trying, but it wasn't this version, was it? Right, so who are we going to be playing as? Oh, Sonya Blade was always my go-to character. But if we're going to be playing this once, we're going to be doing it with Scorpion, right? Scorpion. The music's different than the Mega Drive version, the one that I'm used to. So isn't it? Yeah, I remember that move. Man, I'm doing bad already. Yeah. I'm actually not very good at one-on-one fighters, as you probably see.
Sonya wins.
Oh dear, not good. Not a good way to start off. Not a good way to start off. Right, here we go. That's it. Man, I generally don't remember how to play this. Oh, come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, we gotta get through this. Let's play as Raiden. Have that. Oh, come on. Oh. No. There we go, falling down, splat. Is this all new for you Super Nintendo fans out there? So I should already tell you, whilst I absolutely own Mortal Kombat, that yeah, new games are added every week onto the... Come on! Onto the streaming service that is ANTSTREAM. You can play this a multiple amount of ways. I'm currently playing this... I'm currently playing this on my PC, and I got a lifetime membership. And if I did pay for it and ANTSTREAM didn't sponsor me, it would have cost me $79.99 for a lifetime membership. With new games getting added every week, oh my god, pay attention, Dan. Pay attention, you're losing! I would be very close to 1,500 games for life. I'm terrible at this game. So look, should we just move on to the next one? Hey, look, if you grew up with a Super Nintendo and you want to play Mortal Kombat the way it should have been played, not the way that Nintendo censored it, then go and check this one out. It's the arcade version. It's better than the Mega Drive version. Even better than the Mega Drive version. Would you believe it? So from an obvious game to a not so obvious, in fact, I don't even know what this one is. Fancy World Earth of Chaos. This is the arcade game from 1996, apparently. Let's get in there. And look at that, straight in, nice and quick. I don't know what I don't know what this game is. Oh my god. Right. So do I shoot the chickens? What? Oh, you gotta shoot them more than once. Oh, it's essentially Bubble Bobble, which is also on this service if I'm not mistaken. Let's go play that. Yes, now we're talking a bit of Bubble Bobble, and obviously we're playing the arcade version from 1986. Now this game, look, it loads so quickly. Look at the pixelization on it. I mean, it is a pixel perfect emulation, isn't it? That's insane. Here we go. This game is just pure gameplay. It's so good. So good. Come on, here we go. Pop those. Pop them. This is just pure gameplay perfection. This is such a good game. Is it Taito's best? I don't know about that, but it's good. Yeah, I'll get the double in there, straight up. Try and get 2 at once if you can. Oh, that was close. So originally, I don't know if anyone knows this, but originally this game was going to feature robots with like spikes on the head, but apparently that wasn't cool enough for Taito, so they used dinosaurs who already have spikes on their backs. So yeah, win-win. Apparently that's cooler than robots with spikes on their backs. Japan is a very different place to the rest of the world. If this was a Western-made game, guaranteed this game would have robots with freaking spikes on their back. And there we go. Just like that. That is how you do it. So, also, this game was using characters from an earlier Taito game called Crack and Pop, which, would you believe it, is also on the service. So yeah, hey, this is what I love about ANTSTREAM. It's just so convenient to be able to just pick up these games and play them. I've got to admit, this game I never really got to grips with. I mean, it's all right. I think you really need to spend time with this one, a lot of time with this one. It's quite hard to get your head around. You can kind of jump on the walls and the ceiling, and you drop these little red bombs, and you've got to try and stay away from your own explosion. It's a really, really weird platform game. It's obvious why it wasn't like a huge success. It's just really, really hard. Yeah, it's definitely not as good as the original Bubble Bobble. This is the one. They still make games to this day in the Bubble Bobble series, but the original, it's just perfection. I feel like sometimes when you add too much into a series, it takes away from the core of the game itself. And yeah, this is just classic, good, awesome classic arcade goodness. I'm way more about this than games like Mortal Kombat, as you can see. Now onto something a little bit more obscure here. We've got Loaded. Now this was one of the games that made me want to get a PlayStation. When I played a demo for Loaded back in the day, it absolutely blew me away. Like, this and Wipeout were the reasons I went to PlayStation, moved away from Sega and went to PlayStation. There's just something about this. This takes me back big time. Let's have a look. Who are we going to play as? I always went with like the baby normally, but I suppose Fank is the one to go for. Now this one holds up for me. I tell you what, like the artwork that you see in this game is so incredible. In fact, the artwork in this game, oh, can't go that way just yet. A couple of incredible comic book artists that you may not have personally heard of, but you definitely know of their work. You got Garth Ennis, who worked on incredible comics such as Preacher, Hellblazer, Hitman, and The Boys. And the other guy of note was Greg Staples, who only went and worked on some of the earlier Judge Dredd stuff. I mean, if that ain't cool, I don't know what is. As you can see, it's fully got that Judge Dredd dark, dirty British feel about it. It's absolutely awesome. I remember seeing this back in the day when this first came out. Going from the Mega Drive to this was absolutely insane. And also, as this was an early PlayStation game, you always forget that the original PlayStation controllers didn't have analog sticks. They just weren't a thing back in the very beginning of the PlayStation's life. So playing this with a D-pad, yeah, you go back and play this with a D-pad now, which I'm trying to do with this controller. Trying to force myself to do that is a really hard thing to do. Playing it with an analog stick nowadays is so much better. So much better. In fact, when I went back and played this a while ago, it's actually a lot easier to control than I remember. I remember like the actual controls were one of the game's hardest things to get used to in a big way, and I think it was because of the whole D-pad thing. Playing this with a good analog controller, which I've just plugged straight into my PC, is totally the way to go. Plus, let's all just realize what we're doing here. We're playing PlayStation games, potentially. I mean, I'm playing it on a PC, but potentially on an Xbox. PlayStation games on an Xbox. That ain't half bad, is it? And they're emulated really quite well. So I've got the blue card now, and I need to go and try and find the blue entrances, which I think are around here. Yeah, here we go. This game screams Judge Dredd. This is so Judge Dredd. God, this is getting a lot harder. I'm pushing myself way into it too much. Let's get away from here. Let's get away. Let them come to me. It's by far, like, it's nowhere near, like, the greatest game on the PlayStation or anything like that, but it was just always one game that stood by me. I don't know if it's because of that incredible artwork, you know, found in this game. I just love the dark, twisted look about the whole thing. The lighting effects as well back in the day were just so mesmerizing. So incredible. Like I say, going from the Mega Drive to this was it was mind-blowing. I just love the grittiness of this game, and the lighting, I still think, I mean, it's obviously grainy as all hell, but it sort of adds to the atmosphere. It really does. I'd love for them to make a new Reloaded game. I really would. Well, actually, Reloaded already came out. That was the sequel to this. And if we just save this game into slot 1, I can go back to the main menu and voila, there it is. There's Reloaded. Look at that artwork. Tell me that isn't awesome. Tell me that isn't awesome. Here we are playing another PlayStation game, potentially on an Xbox. All for $29.99 annually or $79.99 forever. Literally forever. So should we play as the Tank Girl ripoff, or should we play as the Iron Maiden Eddie ripoff? Let's go with the Tank Girl ripoff. Always had a soft spot for Tank Girl, and I remember even as a kid enjoying the Tank Girl movie. But don't worry, I've grown up now. And as you can see, they're obviously using the same engine to create this. You know, you got the same layout. It's still gory. Music's really quite good, actually. Unfortunately, I don't think this one fares quite as well as the original. I still prefer the original. I don't know if that's a nostalgia thing, because I suppose this one technically does look a little bit better. There's just something grainy and disgusting about that original one that really... it really pulls me in. I think it's still a pretty good, solid game. I really do. Well, I'm saying that this is still a pretty damn good game. I do remember actually really getting quite excited when this one was released. I don't think it did too well on the review scores, but I generally think this game's pretty good. I think this game's really good. I need to make a history video on these games. I really do. I remember playing them so much, and surely I'm not the only one. Like I remember actually I went to a convention a couple of years ago and someone specifically asked me to make these. I've just never found some really good information about the creation of these games. I need to reach out to the Gremlin guys, the people that made these games, and see how they came about. Oh, look at all the lights! I was so into this back in the day. It's actually, I think it's still a solid game. I really do, but I don't think they make enough top-down shooter games like this nowadays. I suppose you had a couple come out in the PlayStation era and stuff, like PlayStation 3 era, I want to say, or 4 era. I think there was a couple, but a new loaded game would be awesome. Right, I really should stop playing this game. I've got quite a lot of games to go through, and I've been playing this for well over an hour now. So yeah, I'll tell you what's actually quite cool about this is you can go to Similar and actually check out loads of other games that they class as similar to that game. Now, obviously, you've got classics like Robotron 2084, which a lot of people think is actually one of the greatest arcade games ever made. This is such a cool game, and the good thing about this is, even though it's a really old, early arcade game, it actually does work as a twin stick, but obviously in the arcade, you'd have had to have used 2 joysticks as your twin stick, which is really quite a bizarre, if you think about it. Whoops, didn't mean to kill them. My bad. Also, it sounds like you're listening to like a GABA soundtrack. Now you can imagine that. I wanna be an hippie. I wanna be a hippie and I wanna get loan. Such a good game, such a good game. It's just constant go. Smash TV is an obvious one. Actually created by the same guy who did Robotron, by the way. So there's a big elephant in the room, right, when it comes to stuff like ANTSTREAM, and that is lag. It's a worrying thing. I've been using ANTSTREAM for an incredibly long time. I'm sure there is the smallest amount of lag here, but I'm not noticing it. I mean, this is a game where you need quick reflexes. And the reason I'm dying so much is because I'm bad at the game. It's not because there's just no lag. There isn't. There's no lag. I'm not noticing any at all. And another game that's very, very similar to Loaded and Reloaded is, of course, the Amiga classic Alien Breed. And on ANTSTREAM, you've got loads of Alien Breed games. You've got 1, 2, the special edition of 1, Alien Breed 3D. There's a tower defense game in there as well. And yeah, look, this is the original Alien Breed. Well, actually, this is the special edition version that came out in 1992. Still good, 3 years before Loaded came out? Yeah, it's a great game. It's a good game. So let's play something entirely different from all of that. Let's play Jumpman for the Commodore 64. Now Jumpman may look a bit familiar to you guys, and that's because it was created by a guy called Danny Glover and was heavily inspired by Donkey Kong. It looks basic, it looks stupidly basic, but yeah, the idea is, yeah, you just got to collect all of these. You got to collect all of these little dots. So this one was put out there, or published by Epix, and it really does hold up. I tell you, like it might not look like much, and you can definitely see the inspiration has come from Donkey Kong. But it's a solid game. It really is a solid game. This game sold so well for Epix. And here we go. Can we get the last bit? Boom. Done. Now, if you like that game, I definitely suggest you check out Elevator Action. Now, don't get me wrong. The original game is really, really good. You got to make your way down this big building, trying to get to the bottom and going in the red doors when you find them, whilst dodging all the bullets. It's a quality little mix between a puzzle game and a platformer game, and I don't want to take anything away from that game because it is a true classic, but without a doubt Elevator Action Returns is significantly better. But instead of playing the main game, I'm playing a challenge that's exclusive to ANTSTREAM, and I'm playing Jetpack Justice. And I think I'm doing pretty good. And look at that, 144. I've come 39 in all of the world at this one challenge. So yeah, I'm far from the best, but I mean, 144, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah. Get on over there and see if you can beat the score. And that's one of the cool things about ANTSTREAM. A lot of these games have challenges, and that's what makes them so good, if you ask me. There's so much more replayability when you can actually go up against your friends in these games. And it helps you explore some games on here that you wouldn't normally know about. For instance, Saint Dragon is the second trending game on the platform right now. A rather simple, if I'm going to be honest, but still rock hard shmup type game that was actually quite popular in Japan, but not so much in the Western world. In fact, it was like the 6th most popular game in 1989, released by this company. It's a pretty decent game, and thanks to ANTSTREAM, you're actually able to discover games like this. And another really decent shooter that's well worth checking out is this game here, Reshoot. Yeah, this one was for the Amiga, and would you believe it came out in 2019. This is obviously some kind of indie game that completely fell off the radar for me, and obviously thanks to ANTSTREAM I'm able to play some of these newer games as well as some of the older ones as well. As you guys know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I'm a big fan of classic beat-em-up games, you know, your Streets of Rages, your Golden Axe, all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, there's loads on here. You've got Double Dragon 2. I mean, this one you're seeing right here is a lesser-known arcade game. I think this was from 1992, this one, called Night Slashers, where you're beating up zombies. It's generally not a bad game. I mean, there is a lot of sprites on the screen here. So I suppose what they're trying to do is mix up, you know, classics like Streets of Rage, it was really big at the time, or Final Fight, and then put them together with, like, Splatterhouse, I suppose. It's quite a good animation as well. So I've lost 2 lives on stage 1. I need more practice on this one. However, what I don't need practice on are games like this. What were they thinking when they made this? So, for people out there that don't know, this is David Perry's baby, MDK, when he was working at Shiny Entertainment. So he went from making games like Aladdin for the Mega Drive, which is easily the better version of that game, to making games like this. I just love the way the camera sways about in this game. It's so cool. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this game. And number 2 as well, actually. I know number 2 wasn't exactly well received, I think, back in the day, but I quite liked it. And if you want more crazy, there's Beast Busters, which is, well, it's this. I mean, it's insane that we just have all of this at our fingertips now. Like, talking about back in the day, I would have paid so much money for this. And well, you're going to have to pay even more money these days. Things like elevator action. That's like a several £100 game, I believe, or at least you're going to pay 3 digits for that game, easy, for the Sega Saturn. And then you got to worry about trying to work out how to actually set it all up and make it look nice. It reminds me of those levels out of Alien Storm, you know, the ones in between the beat 'em up stages. This is like a whole game of that. It's an insane game. Right, let's play something completely obvious here. Let's play some Burger Time. I've got so much love for this game. So for anyone out there that doesn't know, this one, it's such a classic. The idea is you've got to drop the burger buns down, all the way down to the bottom to make the burger in the world's worst kitchen whilst dodging the sausage. Is it a sausage? I mean, I should know it's my avatar for the profile of this. I love this game. I think it's so good. But what you really want to try and do is get them underneath. Oh, go down, go down. Get them underneath so you can flatten them underneath. That's the aim. That's how you get the big bucks. Right, we can flatten a few people there. Look at that. That's how you do it. Is this going to be a perfect run, please? Ah, damn. Good game, good game. However, if you are a fan of Burger Time, which I definitely am, easily one of my favourite arcades, you've got several different versions on ANTSTREAM. Burger Time Deluxe, yet again playing Nintendo games on an Xbox potentially. It's quite insane, isn't it? It probably isn't pixel perfect, and there probably is some lag, but... And yes, I know this is a sponsored video, so believe what you want to believe, but... I'm genuinely not feeling any lag whatsoever, and it does look pixel perfect. First level of Burger Time for the Game Boy complete. I've never played this version of this of the game before. Super Burger Time is an awesome game. Another arcade one that doesn't really get a lot of love. So this one you actually have to jump up and down on the on the burgers instead of like running over them. It makes it very different. Oh, you can collect items on the side as well. That's pretty cool. It's a very different way to play the game. It really is. This is a hard version of the game to play. I'm not used to a game like playing it like this. There we go. There's our burger. And if that's still not enough Burger Time for you, there's... What's this? Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory. You know what? I don't actually know if I've ever played this one. So you got to roll the ice cream onto... the ice cream ball onto the cone. Man, they chase you. You have got no time at all in this one. Ah, you want to roll it onto the actual enemies as well. Of course, you've got classics like Space Invaders as well, with challenges as well, which some of even the most expensive collection sets don't include. This one, I've got to try and see how far I can get on one life. Come on. No! Turns out not very far. Damn! Of course, you got classics on here as well, like Pac-Man. And this is a game where you need to make sure there's absolutely no latency whatsoever, no lag. And yes, because this is the original, I can park my butt right here, and they're never, ever, ever gonna get me. I can go off and make myself a cup of tea, go and have a bath, do whatever. And yes, you've got root beer on tap, root beer tapper, which is an awesome game. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, up top. This is a good game. When you get into the rhythm of it, you can scroll over from the top to the bottom. Didn't realise that. Yeah, here we go. Get that one. No. Ah, good game. Good game. And again, this has challenges, this one. Finally, let's show a little bit more love to these indie games, these new retro games, I suppose they are. Oh, Tanglewood's on there. That's a damn good game, Tanglewood. Tapeworm as well. Oh, I've heard a lot of love about Tapeworm. Yeah, let's try a bit of Tapeworm. 2021 this came out. And these go for a pretty penny, some of these retro games. They really do. Well, sorry, new retro games. So yeah, the idea of this one is you got to try and get all of the musical notes with as least amount of worm as possible. It's quite a cool little game. And honestly, a lot of these games, if they came out back in the day, they would be so well regarded. How do I do this? Can I go in? Ah, there you go. That's how you do it. Cool. Here we go. Right. How are we going to do this? Well, I need to get that straight away. That's easy. How do I do this? Oh, I can see what I've got to do. There we go. Get that. Make it go in. That's fine. And we want this one as well. Right, move back. Move back. There's 2 in there. Get this one to go in there. Lovely. Right, move, 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 move. Ha 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 ha. That is how you do it. Yes. Right, let's get the musical notes. Boom. This is a good game. Look, at the end of the day, there's a hell of a lot of games on here for you to play. There's so much bang for your buck, it's ridiculous. I mean, nearly 1,500 games, I think, by the time you watch this, there may be that many. It's insane. New games every single week. It's $29.99 a year, $79.99 for an entire lifetime membership, which is easily the best option. And now you're getting Super Nintendo games on here too, like Cannon Fodder, Clay Fighters, Megalomania, Soccer Kid, Street Racer, Super Star Wars, and Super Return of the Jedi. They're on here too. It's insane amounts of bang for your buck. Earthworm Jim and Earthworm Jim 2. And what makes this service even better is the fact that, like, looking at Earthworm Jim right here, you've got the Super Nintendo version and the Mega Drive version. Both versions are available, 1 and 2. And the differences are, they're quite apparent. It's, for a fan like me, it's great to have both versions of these games without having to spend, I mean, getting all of those, that would be hundreds of pounds. Plus, I still can't get over playing PlayStation and some Super Nintendo games on an Xbox. It's a weird world we live in, guys, but hey, it's happening. And thank you so much to ANTSTREAM. And for you guys watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely adore the ANTSTREAM service. I've been using it for years, and I'm very excited to be using it again. In fact, I'm going to be doing my own challenges with ANTSTREAM once again, where you guys will be able to win yourself some I defeated Slopes Game Room badges by trying to defeat my score. So keep an eye on ANTSTREAM, keep an eye on the channel as well, as we do more of these challenges for the coming years, hopefully. And yeah, thanks ANTSTREAM for sponsoring, and thank you guys for watching. And until next time, guys, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.